Welcome to my today's live, and this is my first live in 2025. First of all, let us thank the Lord that we were able to see 2025. I have taken a 1-month break from social media. It's important at times to take a break from social media, and now we're back. We go back, we reset, and then we come back. So a lot of people are still interested in relocating to UK, whether as a nurse, as a doctor, as a healthcare assistant, as an engineer, there are so many job roles here in the UK which hire people from overseas. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the harsh reality of relocating to UK in 2025. I need you to know the reality on the ground before you embark on this journey to relocate to the UK in 2025. If you are coming across my face for the first time, you are welcome. My name is Pauline Popomoyo, and in this channel, I share information on how you can relocate to overseas without breaking a bank. I also share my life in the UK, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the bizarre. And if this sounds like something that you're interested in, if you're interested in relocating to UK, if you're interested in relocating to overseas, do subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. So welcome to 2025, guys. If you can hear me, please drop a hi. I know this is an impromptu live, and I'm not going to be getting a lot of people joining in on this live because I have not been around for the past month. So Drew, if you can hear me, drop a hello or a good evening, because where I am is good evening. Good evening, Ruth. How are you? Welcome to my today's live. So guys, I will start by talking about the health and care worker visa, because a lot of people are still interested in relocating to come to UK and work as healthcare assistants. So before I took a very long break, I'll give you the reason why I took a long break. Before I took a very long break, I came to you and presented to you opportunities in the Republic of Ireland. I told you that MA Healthcare Recruitment is hiring healthcare assistants in the Republic of Ireland. And people were supposed to send in their applications via my email. So I received thousands and thousands and thousands of applications, but I took it upon myself to make sure that I go through the majority of the applications. I went over 5,000 applications, guys, and going through those applications actually showed me the reality on the ground with regards to the health and care worker visa here in the United Kingdom. As we all know, the health and care worker visa enables healthcare assistants to relocate to the United Kingdom. But the sad reality, which is on the ground here in the UK, what is the sad reality? A lot of people, I'm one individual who has always come here and said to you guys, if you want to relocate to UK, do not take any shortcuts. If you want to relocate to UK, make sure that you follow proper channels. The health and care worker visa was a beautiful opportunity for people who are overseas to actually relocate, because the requirements are so minimum. So people were able to relocate to overseas to come and work here in the United Kingdom. But this health and care worker visa has become what I call, in my opinion, a serious disaster. Why is it a disaster? From the applications that I received, guys, applications for people to move to the Republic of Ireland. By the way, a lot of people have been shortlisted for interviews in Cape Town. People have been shortlisted, so they'll be going for interviews, and the fortunate ones are going to be getting jobs in the Republic of Ireland. They've shared, the majority have shared, those that are shortlisted, they've shared with me their invitations for the interviews in Cape Town. So, which means you can actually go and work as a care assistant in Cape Town. But majority of the people who sent in their applications are people in the United Kingdom. Do you understand me, guys? People who are healthcare assistants here in the United Kingdom want to relocate to the Republic of Ireland to go and work as healthcare assistants. In fact, they want to switch from the United Kingdom to go and work in the Republic of Ireland as healthcare assistants. Why? Because this is what happened. A lot of people relocated to UK under the health and care worker visa. Pauline Popomoyo, was one of the people who used to come here and be barking every day. Guys, do not pay for COS. Guys, do not take shortcuts. Guys, but the majority of people did not listen, right? A lot of people relocated to UK and they paid their way to come to UK. If I'm to say by percentage, I can say 80% out of 100% of the people paid to get jobs as a healthcare assistant in the United Kingdom. But then when they were now in the United Kingdom, what happened is the UK started this crackdown for the health and care worker visa, crackdown on companies who are actually making people pay. And they made an announcement on November 28 that they're going to continue with the crackdown. And thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of companies have actually had their licenses revoked. Not only that, thousands and thousands of companies now are refusing to allow people to switch from within the UK because they will tell everyone that there is a new salary threshold. And according to the new salary threshold, which is there, they cannot afford the new salary threshold. This is for healthcare assistants. So the majority of the people who are applying, over thousands of people who are applying to switch their licenses from the companies that they used to come to UK. The sponsor licenses have been revoked, which means they no longer have jobs, right? They have jobs, but they have limited time in the United Kingdom. Not only that, guys, from the applications that I received, people have packed their bags and left the United Kingdom because they failed to secure jobs here in the UK after having the employer losing their license to sponsor. Families have packed their bags and they've gone back to their country, some to Nigeria, some to Zimbabwe, some to South Africa. It's really sad. That's the saddest reality on the ground. If there's ever a term called saddest, that's the saddest reality on the ground. So what is important, because I always emphasize this, if you want to come to UK under the health and care worker visa, I'll go even for nurses. It's difficult now to secure a job in UK. But if you want to relocate to UK in 2025 under the health and care worker visa, or you want to come as a nurse to UK in 2025, I'll emphasize this. Follow proper channels for starters. Secondly, I would say target care homes. Not that I'm discriminating against people who actually have their own companies, but people who have their own companies, like domiciliary companies, are the ones who have had their sponsor licenses revoked. Yet the majority of the people who were able to apply and go and work in care homes, for instance, those who were able to go and work in care homes, the majority of them, they are still working in care homes. Why? Because most of the care homes are unlike the unscrupulous people. Because if you look at these licenses, domiciliary companies, the majority of the domiciliary companies are owned by our own brothers and sisters, our Nigerian brothers, our Zimbabwean brothers, our South African brothers and sisters. And because of the love of money, you know that because of the love of money, they've been making people pay. So these companies, the domiciliary, they have not been highly reliable. They are the ones who took people without hours. They are the ones who have people stranded here in the United Kingdom because the licenses have been revoked. Do they suffer much if the licenses are revoked? Because if you look at what they decided that they are going to do, they said they're going to stop them from hiring. Those are the new measures. They're going to stop them from hiring from overseas for the next 2 years. But stopping them from hiring from overseas for the next 2 years does not affect them in any way because their business continues to be in operation. And as their business continues to be in operation, they can continue to hire people from within the UK if they're not able to hire from overseas. So if you want to relocate to UK in 2025, do yourself a favor. Companies are hiring. If you are a care assistant, there are so many care homes. Each and every day, people are getting licenses to sponsor. I'll also come and share videos on companies which are hiring from overseas and offering visa sponsorship. Target companies which have been in operation for a long time, right? That's one. Two, target care homes, because the majority of the care homes, I work in a care home myself, not ashamed of it. I work in a care home, and the majority of the care homes, they follow proper channels. Why do they follow proper channels? Is because they're not only hiring care assistants, they're also hiring nurses as well, right? So they cannot afford to say, okay, let us lose all the nurses, let us lose all the carers, because we didn't follow the proper channels. So majority of the care homes, if not all the care homes, you hardly ever hear that a care home has had their license to sponsor revoked, because the majority of the care homes, they follow proper channels. Then when it comes to nurses, because our nurses want to relocate to UK from overseas, it has become increasingly difficult to relocate as a nurse to come here and work in the United Kingdom. Why has it become increasingly difficult? It's because, one, the NHS, I always tell you, like, if you look at the past videos that have been coming here on YouTube, past few months, the NHS is hiring, they're offering visa sponsorship. The new salary threshold, because I've had people who have actually been called for interviews with the NHS, and they did well in the interviews, but they were told that they were not successful because of the new salary threshold. When the new government came in, they changed the whole salary. Before the old government actually went out, they changed the whole salary threshold issues. So now, the NHS will tell you, if you want to apply from overseas, the NHS will tell you that they don't have funds to offer people from overseas. Other than them not having funds, secondly, they are not able to hire you because of the salary threshold. Which companies are able to meet the salary threshold? The majority of the care homes are able to meet the salary threshold, which is recommended by the Home Office. Because for you to secure a visa, you need to reach a certain salary threshold. So for nurses as well, it's very difficult for them to secure jobs within the UK. And the sad bit is that people who are here in UK, carers, because I do one-to-one sessions with people who will be desperate to say, Popo, the license has been revoked. I don't know what to do next. What am I supposed to do? What has been happening is that carers who came through the health and care worker visa, that's why I need to emphasize this to you guys, because the amount of tears that I've seen from people who are desperate and cannot find jobs, the amount of tears that I've seen from people who sold their houses, sold their cows, sold their goats and cats and chickens and everything to relocate to UK, left everything and remained with nothing, no house, nothing to return to, and came here to UK. Have been forced out of UK because they're not able to secure jobs within the UK. And I don't want you to find yourself in a similar situation. You understand? I don't want you to come here to UK and work for 1 year and see yourself going back to your country. Employers in the United Kingdom at the present moment are no longer renewing care worker visas. You understand? You come here, you work for 2 years. Actually, the last candidate that I have, the person that I was talking to yesterday, has been working for 3 years, right? Under the health and care, came as a senior care assistant, and it's been working for 3 years, and now wanted the visa to be renewed. And the employer simply said, I cannot afford the new salary threshold, and I'm not going to renew your visa. This is after 3 years in the UK. You are told by the employer that I'm not going to renew your visa. And the sad bit is you cannot go and complain of unfair dismissal, because there's nothing like unfair dismissal if you had a contract signed. The contract was signed for 2 years, or the contract was signed for 3 years. And if employer decides after 2 years that the contract is over, they are no longer going to renew your contract, there's nothing much you can do. You understand, guys? So this is what people are finding. This is the situation where people are finding themselves in UK. After having uprooted yourself, after having been living in UK for the past 3 years, you find yourself stuck. The individual that I was talking to is up to the 6th of February. 6th February is like less than a month away. It's got up to the 6th of February to find another job, but has been applying day in, day out, day in, day out, but they're not getting jobs. You understand? So all this, I know I became a public enemy for a lot of people, because I'll come and tell you guys that stop buying the COS, stop buying this, stop paying for this, stop paying for that. These companies are not hiring. Don't be lied to and be told that pay this and you get. You understand? Now, people are suffering the consequences of not listening. Imagine how heartbreaking it is. It breaks my heart to see people, old people, 50-year-old, someone crying to me saying, I've been here for 3 years. I failed to secure a job. I'm only left with 4 weeks. Some of them that I've done live sessions, like the one-to-one sessions with, have packed their bags and gone back. Packed their bags, gone back to Ghana, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, South Africa. These four countries, the majority of people have packed and went back. You understand, guys? So let this be a warning to you that if you want to come to UK, do not repeat this mistake. Because I remember as I was talking to a lot of people, telling them that, guys, do not pay. They will tell you that as long as I have a job, as long as I'll come here and start working, even if I paid, it's okay. But your contract is going to end. If you're here in UK and you paid to come here to UK, your contract is going to run out. Contracts are 1 year, contracts are 2 years, contracts are 3 years. If that contract that you paid for to relocate to UK runs out after 2 years, is this employer of yours that you paid to come to UK, is he going to renew your visa? Because as I speak, majority of people are crying. Their visas are not being renewed. They were celebrating that, oh, it doesn't matter. I paid £5,000. I'm in UK, I'm working. But imagine you're in UK, you're working. 2 years down the line, after 2 years of working in UK, your employer tells you that I cannot afford you anymore. Your employer tells you that I cannot afford you anymore, because this is what is happening on the ground. The employers are telling people that I cannot afford to pay you anymore. Your contract is over. And when your contract is over, you can't complain to nobody. You can't complain to nobody. So guys, me, I like keeping it real. You understand? This is the channel where we keep things real. And I like telling you the truth. And even if the truth is going to hurt you, even if the truth is going to make you hate me, I don't mind, as long as you know the reality on the ground. People are suffering here in UK. People are packing their bags and going back to their countries. They celebrated, we paid, it doesn't matter. But employers are refusing to renew visas. Employers are refusing to extend visas. Not only for carers, even for nurses. So I also want to advise you guys, if you are here in the United Kingdom, because I've spoken to nurses, we have been told that unfortunately I cannot renew your visa for whatever reasons. You need to play your cards right with your employer. You need to be an individual who is upright. You need to be an individual who goes, whatever you do, you go by the book. Because sometimes when it is time to renew your visa, when it is time for you, you've been waiting for 1 year, you are due to renew after 2 years, the employer is going to look at, 1, how were you behaving at work? 2, how were you relating to your employer? How were you relating to the clients? 3, how were you performing your job? Performance appraisal. Have you been doing a good job here in UK and stuff like that? All those things will come into play. And when the employer is now looking at you as an individual, they'll say, 1, she is lazy at work. She's not working. She's lazy. 2, she's got a sharp mouth. Some of us, like me, have got a sharp mouth. She's got a sharp mouth. She doesn't put brakes in her mouth. She says whatever she wants, and then she'll tell you that she doesn't give a what? An F. You understand? 3, she's not good with the residents. Not good. I've had one-to-one sessions with people who have had their jobs stopped because of simple things like you did not do this, you did not carry out this procedure, you did not. So even if you are here in the United Kingdom, my lovely people, do not think that you are all set as long as you are on a health and care worker visa, as long as you are on any visa. Don't think that you are all set, because the 2 years is going to come for your visa to be renewed. And when that 2 years comes for your visa to be renewed, it's not up to you to have the visa renewed. It's up to your employer to decide whether they are going to allow you to continue working for them and extend your visa. And should they decide not to let you continue, the employer has no problem, none whatsoever, because you are on a contract. A lot of people have had their contracts not renewed, trying to look for jobs, failing to get jobs, and now they are forced to pack and go back to their countries. All right. So before I proceed and talk even more, if you've got any questions, guys, because the beauty of having a live session is that you can drop questions and ask. If you've got any questions, if you've got any concerns, if there's anything that you want to ask from me, this is the opportunity. You can drop your questions, and as I go along and talk about the reality of relocating to UK in 2025, you can ask me and I'll answer. All right. Good evening. I remember you warning us. Yes, I've been warning you. It's true. I've been warning. I choose to be hated for warning you guys. You rather hate me for the truth, but the truth always sets you free. You understand? Those who came through proper channels, I always refer, my company, the one that I work for, hired more than 20 carers from overseas. Majority of them have had their visas renewed, because this is a proper care home, and this is a proper care home which follows proper channels. Majority of the people that I was talking to, because you will find comments, hey, this one does not want us to come to UK. Hey, 2 years has come. Some of them, the 2 years is coming up in February. They've been requesting to have their visas extended, but no. Even after asking for their visas to get extended, the employers are just folding their hands and telling them that I can't afford you anymore. Yes, you paid to get your visa. Yes, you paid, but you paid to get that contract, and that contract is over. What happens next afterwards is none of their business. You understand? So understand that taking shortcuts has got its own consequences or repercussions. Understand, guys? It doesn't help. You know, I would rather back and warn you guys, because this woman that I was speaking to was left with 1 week, has got children, 3 children, who have been going and schooling here in the United Kingdom. Because when we're talking of you being affected, it's not you alone, the visa holder who's affected. Has got 3 children who are in high school, who are going to school, have been going to school for 3 years. Has got a husband who has secured a job here in the UK, who has been working for whatever company for 3 years. She has been working here for 3 years. They don't have a home, whatever, back wherever, where they sold everything. Now, they have to pack their bags and go back. How are the children going to feel? How is the husband going to feel? And when you go back to your country, where are you going to live? You understand? So when you are thinking of paying to come to UK and all those things, don't think of the 1 year that you are going to be working here in UK. Think of the future. You understand? Think of the future. Because what's the point of you paying for 2 years and be here in UK for 2 years? Then after 2 years, you fail to secure a job and you pack your bags and go back home. What's the point? Because employers are not hiring people. People here, thousands of people were asking me to secure the jobs for them from UK in the Republic of Ireland. They're here in UK, they want to switch and go and work in the Republic of Ireland, because in as much as they are here in UK, they are failing. They are failing to secure jobs in UK. They're now thinking of plan B, because if I can't get a job here in UK, if I can quickly get a job in the Republic of Ireland, then I can move, than for me to move from UK back to my country. But it's not happening. People are moving from UK back to their countries after 3 years. That's the sad reality on the ground, and I want you to be aware of it, so that if you're applying from overseas, because vacancies are still there, but they're being selective. If you're applying from overseas, you don't go to these wishy-washy companies which are going to make you pay. And after 2 years in UK, you start suffering and you start crying. Then I'll start telling you that, okay, you are now crying today, but did I not tell you 2 years ago? And as I told you 2 years ago, what did you say? Oh, this one, she doesn't want us to come to UK, blah, blah, blah. It catches up with you. You understand, guys? It catches up with you, and it has caught up with a lot of people. A lot of people are silently suffering. I know that if you are overseas, you have heard that people are suffering here. People have no hours. People have... What is going to happen at the end of the day? Because if you have no hours, people have, doesn't matter. As long as I've set my foot in UK, as long as I have hours, it just doesn't matter. Let me tell you something. For you to be able to renew your visa here in the United Kingdom, you understand? For you to be able to renew your visa here in the United Kingdom, there's a certain number of hours that you need to meet at the end of the day. You understand? You have to be able to meet a certain number of hours. So if you come, it doesn't matter. I'm in UK, I'm going to be working 20 hours. When it's time to renew your visa with the Home Office, they are going to be looking at the number of hours that you worked per given year. And if you are not able to get those required number of hours at the end of the year, you are not going to have your visa renewed. You are going to pack your bags and go back to your country. Don't say it doesn't matter, I'm working 1 day, it doesn't matter, I'm working 2 days. It has a way of catching up with you, because when it's time to renew, they'll look at all that. Did you work? Because when I'm saying the number of days, it's with the salary threshold. If the United Kingdom says you are supposed to earn 25,700 per annum, right? On a health and care worker visa. If you earn 20,000 instead of 25,700, you cannot renew your visa, because you are not meeting the required salary threshold. So this thing of shortcuts doesn't work, guys. It does not work. Take a shortcut, it will catch up with you. It has caught up with people. That's why I thought they'll say this one of negativity, but you rather label me as negative. But him who has ears, let them hear and not make the same mistake. You understand? Because yes, it was, I'm working, doesn't matter, I paid, I'm working. Visa not renewed. 2 years, pack your bags, go back to your country. People are here living illegally. I've had one-to-one sessions with people who are here in UK living illegally, because the 60 days lapsed. And after the 60 days lapsed, the thought of having to pack your bags and go back to your country to where you no longer have a home is very painful for other people. So they are living here illegally, and Home Office is going to look for them and deport them. And after they are deported, they're no longer going to be able to come back to the United Kingdom. You understand, guys? Sad, but true. All right, let me hear this. I'd love to work as a caregiver in Scotland or Ireland. Any openings at the moment? So to make life simple for you guys, I am now back on YouTube full force. That break was necessary and it was wonderful. I came back. I'm happy. I'm going to do another video. Care companies hiring, offering visa sponsorship within the United Kingdom. Do not pay your way to the United Kingdom. Apply directly to these companies and then you'll be hired. I shared a few companies, though I did not check, because some of the people I have, like if I have a one-to-one session with an individual, I've had one-to-one sessions with individuals and I've shared companies with them. They have applied. People process of having their visas done and everything, so that they come to the United Kingdom. And because there are people who are able to do that, to me, that's validation. It validates that companies are still hiring here and offering visa sponsorship. Nonetheless, I'm going to compile a list of companies and I come and I share with you, so that you also take that opportunity and you apply and follow proper channels, and then come and work here in the United Kingdom. Understand? Oh, should sound a are you not hearing me? Someone says I sound a bit distorted. Are you not hearing me, guys? If the sound is bad, let me do this. How about now? Is the sound better? Yeah, it's much better now. I've taken off the mic. Pauline is absolutely right. You must meet all requirements from Home Office before you can renew or apply for indefinite leave to remain. Do you understand this, guys? I am absolutely right, because even if you stay here for 5 years, no, my employer gave me a 5-year visa or 5-year contract. And under that 5-year contract, you're only working 1 day, 2 days, 1 day, 2 days, 1 day, 2 days. And you don't mind, because they're giving you those 2 days and you're going elsewhere to take extra shift. When it's time for you to apply for your indefinite leave to remain after 5 years, they're going to look at your history. In those 5 years, were you able to, they'll ask for your pay slip, they'll ask for your what? Were you able to meet the required salary threshold for a indefinite leave to remain? And if you're not able to meet the salary requirements, you will not get your indefinite leave to remain, because you breached the law. Simple as that. Best you gain more experience and go to the United States. It's fine if you're here in the UK, you can gain your experience. The United States constantly hires caregivers from overseas, and then you can relocate from the United Kingdom, because you've got UK experience, and move to the United States. MMA, I spoke to MMA and I inquired if they can hire people from within the UK, because I said there are people from within the UK, large numbers of people within the UK who actually want to relocate from the United Kingdom to the Republic of Ireland for the reasons that I've already told you. And they said they're going to look into it, meaning because you're in UK, even if they can recruit you, because red list does not apply if you're in the UK. Remember, I always say red list it has everything to do with geographic location. So if you are geographically located within the United Kingdom and you want to go and work in the Republic of Ireland, MMA, I did give a few select individuals here in UK to register with MMA and all that. MMA actually said they'll start looking into it, and they can actually, to be easier for them anyway, hire you from within the UK to the Republic of Ireland for a few select individuals. So which means if you are in the United Kingdom and you are considering moving maybe to the Republic of Ireland via the health and care worker visa, and even if you move to the Republic of Ireland, because of the salary threshold, remember I shared with you the salary threshold from MMA. That salary threshold, if you move to the Republic of Ireland, will enable you to bring in your dependents into the Republic of Ireland. You understand? So a lot of people are looking into it. So if you want to move from here to the Republic of Ireland, the Republic of Ireland wants qualifications which are equivalent to QQ1 level 5. So look at whatever qualification and make sure that your qualification matches the QQ1 level 5 qualifications. Then you can easily relocate from UK to the Republic of Ireland and bring your family over there. You understand? Or you can use UK as a stepping stone, come from Zimbabwe to UK to the Republic of Ireland, and then bring your family from that side. But what's important is to get the relevant qualifications, which we'll talk about now when we're talking of how you can relocate to UK in 2025. Sis, please, I sent you my CV in your email after the last video. You did, but you didn't respond. Also in UK, please. No, for those in UK, I only took a few select individuals. I didn't take everybody, because remember, if If I come here and say there are jobs in the Republic of Ireland and there are 150 jobs, if there are 150 jobs and I get 7,000 applications, it's not everyone who's going to get a job. You understand? It's not everyone who's going to get a job. So the majority of the people have been telling them, you don't qualify, you don't qualify, you don't qualify. And for those in the UK, I just took a few select individuals based on their qualifications, based on their experience and everything. But if an opportunity arises, it's not everyone. If I come here and say there are jobs 1,000, this channel has got over 79,000 subscribers. If everyone is applying, no, it's not everyone who's going to get a job. You understand? If I want 1,000 from 7,000, it's only 1,000, and the 6,000 is not going to get jobs. So if you're not shortlisted, if you're not shortlisted, then you did not meet the cut. Understand? And it does not mean that you don't meet the cut, right? For any other job, did not meet the cut for that particular job, but you can meet the cut for other jobs. You understand? Maternity leave, gas help. What can you elaborate? What do you want to ask about a maternity leave? You want to ask whether you can meet the salary threshold if you're on maternity leave. Well, it depends on where you go and work. What happens is if you're on maternity leave for the first 6 weeks, for example, if you're in a care home, for the first 6 weeks, for those 6 weeks, they'll be giving you full salary, which means it's going to cover like for the number of months that you're on maternity leave. If your full salary is like 1,500 pounds or your full salary is like 2,000, whatever, they give you that full salary for the first 6 weeks. And then after those 6 weeks, you get what we call a statutory maternity pay, depending on where you are working. Obviously, if you are working in the NHS will give you full pay for 6 months, then they have to pay and everything. And that maternity leave will not affect your indefinite leave to remain if you're now applying for indefinite leave to remain, because regardless of you being on maternity leave, your salary for the whole month, your employer will make sure that your salary for the whole month meets the statutory salary for home office or the minimum salary threshold for the home office. Sheila, you're trailing Brian. Can a nurse work as a healthcare assistant if you don't meet the IELTS requirements? Are you asking if you can relocate as a carer? You are a nurse and you want to relocate as a nurse to the United Kingdom. If that's the case, the answer is yes. Particular organizations in the Republic of Ireland, like this organization that MMA was hiring for, they specifically said they do not want nurses as carers, because I had quite a number of nurses saying they want to go and work as carers in the Republic of Ireland. However, this organization has previously taken nurses to come and work as carers in the Republic of Ireland. And once they were in the Republic of Ireland, within 6 months, they did their adaptation within whatever. And then by the end of the year, after having, because this employer pays for everything, pays for your flights, pays for your first month's accommodation and deposit and so forth. After, for free, because you're not going to return that money, after having secured jobs there, when they're in the Republic of Ireland, they pursued nursing and they left the organization for nursing, which means it was a loss for the company. But then there are companies like the care home that I work for, which actually hire both nurses and healthcare assistants. So if you want to move as a healthcare assistant to go and work as a carer, target care homes, because there are people who came as carers in the company that I work for. People came in as carers, right? And then after coming in as carers, they did their OSCE and everything, and they absorbed into the same company that I work for. They absorbed to work as nurses, and they changed their code, this shortage occupation list code, from the carers code to the nurses code, and they changed their sponsorship from the carer sponsorship to the nurses sponsorship, because they're absorbed into the system. So if you want to work as a carer, if you're a nurse and you want to work as a carer, target care homes which are going to groom you from being a carer into becoming a nurse within their organization. It's easier that way. Yes, fair enough, you can go and work in other companies like the domiciliary carers, but it's Much easier if you work for a care home, which is going to absorb you to work as a nurse within that organization. Does it affect visa renewal? We've already said that when it comes to visa renewal, I've just told you guys that people are failing to have their visas renewed. Companies are just not renewing visas. Why? Another thing, because home office is on a crackdown and whatever that is happening. Companies are afraid to continue. They don't want to lose their licenses, and they're afraid to continue hiring people and so forth. And then if they made you pay, understand this, if they made you pay and your contract runs out after 2 years and they get rid of you after 2 years, is home office going to know that they made you pay when they've gotten rid of you? How is home office going to know? Because you're no longer within their company. They've gotten rid of you. They've used you. They've eaten your money. They've gotten rid of you, and you go back to your country. And you can't report anything to home office because your contract is over. Do you understand me, guys? And some people are given 1-year contracts. After 1 year, you paid your 5,000 to come to UK. You said, I'm working. After working for 1 year, you haven't even, because saving money is very difficult in UK. You haven't even finished paying people the money, the 10,000 that you borrowed from them. Because when you come here, when you're earning, also you have to pay rent, buy food, pay gas, pay whatever, all those things. You haven't finished paying all those things, and after 1 year, your employer says your contract is over. You would have signed that 1-year contract. Your contract is over, and they will not renew. So if they don't renew your contract, home office will not know that you paid, and you also lose your job, and you eventually go back to your country. That's why we need to be careful. That's why I need to tell you about the harsh reality of relocating to UK in 2025 under any type of visa, whether you are a nurse, whether you're a carer, or whatever. That's the reality on the ground. Families are crying, children are crying, husbands are crying because mommy's visa or daddy's visa has come to an end and the employer has refused to renew the visa. And they fail to secure a job because they are not hiring within the UK. Why are they not hiring those people? It's because of those scandals that they've been through, and they don't want those scandals to follow them. All right. But mine didn't pay in full. I don't know, Elizabeth, you just come and saying, but mine didn't pay in full. I don't know what it means or what you're relating to. Please, what's the advantage of working as a healthcare assistant in Ireland over the United Kingdom? The advantage of working as a healthcare assistant in the Republic of Ireland over United Kingdom is that the salary threshold in the Republic of Ireland, the money that you get in the Republic of Ireland, is higher than the money that you get in the United Kingdom. The Republic of Ireland is the same as the United Kingdom, where they say that for you to be able to bring in your dependents from overseas, there's a specific salary threshold that you need to meet. Right. So the salary threshold that you need to meet, I think it was like 27,000 something thousand euro per annum, of which the carers who go and work in the Republic of Ireland earn 29 to 30 something thousand euro per annum, which means if you earn 29 to 30,000 euro per annum, you meet the eligibility criteria to be able to bring in your dependents from overseas. But if you get a job which has got a salary lower than that, but the majority of the jobs have got that salary threshold. So if your salary threshold is higher than the recommended, you can bring in your dependents from overseas. That is the advantage. And you bringing your dependents from overseas, you also get a higher salary than than here in the United Kingdom. And the Republic of Ireland is equally as good as the UK, although statistics prove that it is better than the United Kingdom. Why is it better? Because if you look at nurses, there's what we refer to as the top 10 well-paying countries in the world, right? The Republic of Ireland is there in the top 10 well-paying countries in the world, but the United Kingdom is not there. You understand? So it simply shows you that if you go and work in the Republic of Ireland, of course there are disadvantages like the rentals or accommodation is difficult to secure. You might need to work outside. Maybe if you're in Dublin, work outside Dublin and be commuting and all that. But salary-wise, the Republic of Ireland pays better. You can bring in your dependents. Cost of living is not like if you compare the Republic of Ireland and the United Kingdom, it's just marginal. Like the difference is just marginal. You still have a pretty much good life in the Republic of Ireland. You might even have a better life than in the United Kingdom. Understand? So I'm personally saying that because when I wanted to relocate to overseas, my first choice was the Republic of Ireland. When I reached out to MMA, I wanted to go to the Republic of Ireland, but then I was told that no, it's easier to come to UK because of ABCD, and I came here to UK. Otherwise, if it wasn't for that, I would be in the Republic of Ireland because there are so many advantages of working in the Republic of Ireland. You know, Republic of Ireland pays better than the United Kingdom. We all love money, don't we? If you don't, I do love money, and I would appreciate getting more money than if you're in the same job and they're getting more money, I would appreciate getting more money than getting less money. You understand? What is the salary threshold for support worker, healthcare assistants? Last I checked, the salary threshold, for example, in the NHS, they say 27,500. That is the minimum salary threshold, 27,500 per annum. So what happened? Why are people failing to renew their visas? Why are people? It's because when they started here, the salary threshold was 20,400. They openly said if you are a healthcare assistant, if you are a nurse, if you are what, a salary threshold is not going to affect you. But if you look at the UK, last year we had a, what do you call that? Shortage occupation list, right? But the shortage occupation list was banished, it was removed, and it was replaced by the ILS whatever shortage list, immigration whatever shortage list, ISL immigration shortage list, something like that. I don't know what the abbreviation stands for, right? Why they changed it was because they said they don't want the overseas nurses, the overseas carers, the overseas doctors, the overseas what to be undercutting the UK people. Meaning that they don't want the people to be coming from overseas because they can get paid less than the people who are in the United Kingdom. So some companies, because the government says it doesn't matter if you're in the healthcare field, if you're in the healthcare field, you can still come even if your salary is undercutting the British. Some organizations have taken upon themselves that no, we are not going to allow people from overseas to undercut the British. So we are not going to take anyone with a salary threshold of 27,500. We are not going to pay them 27,500 or whatever. So they will tell you that if you apply to the NHS, I groomed people for interviews to apply for the NHS. They applied. I did a statement for them and everything. They applied to the NHS. They were shortlisted and everything. They passed their interviews. After passing their interviews, they were told that unfortunately we cannot give you the job because of the salary threshold. You understand? So they expect you to get that specific salary threshold for you to be able to get a support worker job and so forth. So if you want to go and work in the NHS before you apply for a job in the NHS, because now they've started recruiting and all that, but they look at the salary threshold. So look at the salary threshold and see whether it meets the salary threshold for the home office, then they can hire you from overseas. You understand? Same applies to care homes. Care homes, most of the time, they pay you that money. And the reason why they don't want to hire people from within the UK is because those who are on skilled worker visa, even in the company that I work for, those who are in skilled worker visa, they are equally carers, but they are getting paid more money than the carers who are here on the ground. Do you understand? You get a carer who is from UK being paid 11.44, then you get someone from overseas being paid £14.50, which works out expensive for the companies. Understand, guys? So my battery is now low, which means the phone might cut at any minute. So what I have to tell you guys is that if you want to relocate to UK in 2025, one, look at your qualifications. Make sure that the qualifications that you have will enable you, because now some companies, they want to evaluate your certificates before they hire you. There are companies, I shared with a few individuals in the past few weeks, and those companies requested them to pay £30 to have their certificates evaluated, because they want to evaluate your certificate and see what it is equivalent to here in the UK. And if it's equivalent to NVQ2, NVQ3, then you can meet the salary threshold which is required here for the UK, and then they can hire you from overseas. Which means if you are overseas and you want to come and work here in the UK, you have to up your qualifications. I hope you understand what I mean by up your qualifications. If I'm saying up your qualifications, I simply mean that nurse aid training, or like I've got St. John's training, or I've got first aid, whatever with St. John's, it's not going to work for you. Advance your qualifications. Go for NVQ2, go for NVQ3. Then once you have advanced your qualifications, you are able to secure a job because of that salary threshold, because you rather target senior care assistant positions and they'll pay you higher and you can get a job here in UK. Otherwise, ordinarily, people have been saying, I've got this, the qualifications now are coming into play for companies to hire you from overseas. Two, when you are targeting companies, even if you are a nurse, or when you're targeting companies, if you want to come as a carer, target care homes. Because as you target care homes, the majority of them, they follow protocol. They follow proper protocol, and you will not come to a situation whereby after 2 years they don't renew your visa. Because majority of these people, I've already said, me, I like repeating over and over again. Majority of these companies which hired people to make them domiciliary carers and so forth, and took their monies. They took their monies, but they fully know that after 2 years, they'll not renew the contract. After 1 year, they'll not renew the contract, and you'll not complain of unfair dismissal because your contract that you've signed with your own signature in black and white has lapsed. It has come to an end. So target such companies. Then three, when you are being given a visa, I don't know, there's 3 or 4. When you're being given a visa, it's just that we just jump for whatever we get. Target visas which actually give you a 5-year visa. Because once you have that 5-year visa, you are here in UK for 5 years, and after 5 years, you are due for indefinite leave to remain. Rather than having a 1-year visa, and after 1 year, your employer starts having these wings, they are flying without wings, and they don't want to renew your visa, and you don't know what to do. If it's 5 years, then for those 5 years, you can work for one company, and after 5 years, you can get indefinite leave to remain. You not have a situation, because I've heard people say, oh, they offered me a job, but it's a 5-year contract. What if the company is difficult? Now, you have to make sure that there's nothing called the company is difficult. Come here to UK, as soon as you start working, you register with a union, and as soon as you start working, make sure that you are this straight. I don't know that it's straight, but you are very straight. You do things by the book. You follow protocol. You follow procedure. You are kind. You are loving. You are caring. You are a good nurse. You're a good patient at heart. You're not patient. You're a good person at heart, and you are pleasing to the employer, because the employer is going to look at your behavior, how you are relating to the patients, how you are talking to them. This sharp mouth that we have, sharp mouth like mine, will not get you your visa renewed. So trim your wings, be thou humble. Understand? Trim your wings, be humble, and do things according to the book. It's very easy to lose your job because of your attitude. So keep your attitude in check, do your things by the book, follow protocol and everything. You understand? Follow, but it doesn't mean that allow yourself to be abused. But that's what you need to do basically, so that you keep your job if you're here in UK. Because yes, you paid, yes, whatever you did to be here in UK, but the time for renewal is going to come. And when that time comes, I don't want you to be crying because the employer did not renew your visa. I'm not encouraging you to be fake, but I am telling you that lead by example, be humble, be like this. You understand? Be like this. And always remember that you ain't got no friend here at work. You ain't got no relative here at work. Do not do, because there are people who do bad things and they go and tell their friends and they get reported, then they whatever. No one has got your back here in UK. You've got your own back. So as you work, watch your back. Watch your back and do things by the book. No friends in the United Kingdom. Right. Number 5, do not pay to get a job in UK. Do not pay for a certificate of sponsorship. Do not pay for all those things. Yes, there are certain things that you can pay for. You can pay for your own visa. You can pay for your own flight tickets. You can have your own proof of funds. That is acceptable. But things like paying the 5,000, the 10,000, the whatever, I was preaching years ago, but the people are not happy with that. But it has caught up with them. Because, oh, I'm working. Doesn't matter, I paid my 10,000, but I'm working. I've been working for 2 years, 3 years. You pack your bags and go back to your country because it has caught up with you. The company does not want to be discovered that they made you pay. And they'll get rid of you by not renewing your contract. You understand? So follow those proper channels. And tomorrow, I'm going to be bringing you a video, because it's not only, because people always ask, is it only the healthcare assistant jobs which can actually enable you to get a job here in UK. Last year, I shared an opportunity with one of the trainers here in UK, and the majority of the people actually joined the program. And those who did the program, I've got people in South Africa who are working remotely and they're being paid them British pounds. I've got people in my own country from Zimbabwe who joined the program and are being paid them British pounds. And I'm going to be bringing the video to you tomorrow so that you also explore other opportunities, because it's not only the health and care worker visa which can secure you a job. And this program actually enables you. People are being paid as much as £600 per day under this program. So do keep a lookout on the video, which is going to be uploaded tomorrow. And guys, I'm going to be coming and sharing with you. We are back full time. You are going to be tired of me. I've taken the much needed rest, and now I'll be back for more. Unfortunately, I cannot see your questions anymore. My phone is at 2%. It might switch off at any minute. But if you've got any questions, please do drop them in the comment section. If you haven't liked this video, may you kindly like this video. Share this video with people who are in the UK, because those who are in the UK are affected by this. Share this video with people who are overseas and are interested in relocating to overseas in 2025. And do subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And guys, turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss tomorrow's video when I come and share a wonderful opportunity which all of you can benefit from. Doesn't matter whether you've got any qualifications or not, you can benefit from this opportunity, and you can be working remotely and getting paid thousands of pounds. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this live. Kindly share this video and let us push for our dreams in 2025. I always say, where there is a will, there is a way. If your dream in 2025 is to relocate to UK, do not let all these obstacles stand in your way. You push. They say hard work and determination is what gets a man or a woman what he wants. So do put in the hard work. If it means you advance and go and do courses like NVQ2, QQ1, level 5 and all that, do those courses. I have people who've been coming to my inbox and they're so excited that they've been shortlisted for the Republic of Ireland. And I certainly know that those people are going to be getting jobs in the Republic of Ireland. This is what we do here. We want you to relocate to overseas without breaking a bank. And for all those people who will be able to secure jobs in the Republic of Ireland, they will not pay a single dime. This is what we're all about. Not paying a single dime for you to relocate to UK in or to relocate to overseas in 2025. More opportunities are going to be coming your way. Otherwise, thank you for watching, guys.